time for me to be moving on. Yes, it is.
And good morning, welcome to today's video. Basically what I did the other day was I put a photo on Instagram of me doing a 3-point landing, and I asked the question, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer to do wheel landings or 3-point landings? So today we're going to go through the benefits of both and the cons of both as well. So we're here now at Petit Airfield, we're back in the KFA Safari, and we've just started up taxiing down to the holding point, runway 21. We can let them know. Protect traffic, India Julia Hotel, taxi from hangar 1 to the holding point, runway 21. And basically, we're just going to do both types of landings. Personally, up until now, I preferred the 3-point landing. Once we get up in the air, I'll explain why, but I will explain the benefits of a wheel landing as well. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a screenshot of the questions that I asked the people and the reasons why they've chosen either a wheel or a 3-point landing. Get onto the holding block here. Alright, so we're going to wait for the temperature to come up. Alright, I'll test my controls first. Those look good. Elevator looks good. Rudder looks good at the back there. Alright, flapped. Looks good. And set for takeoff. Okay, so while we wait here, what is the difference between a 3-point landing and a wheel landing? Basically, a 3-point landing is when your aircraft lands in a 3-point attitude. It lands tail wheel and main wheels all at the same time. And a wheel landing is basically when you just land on the main wheel, the tail stays up. So with a wheel landing, basically you want to lose all your energy whilst you're on your main gear, push the stick forward, and then when there's no airflow, or very minimal airflow to keep the tail flying, it'll eventually drop down, and then you'll stop flying and taxi off from there. With a 3-pointer, all 3 wheels stay on the ground at all times. You have the stick all the way back, and from there you taxi on out. So we're going to basically show you the 2 different things and the benefits and then the cons of both as well. Yeah, that's 40 degrees on the temp. We'll test our magnetos up to 3,800 RPM. Oh, good. That looks good. Okay, temperatures and pressures are all in the green. Circuit breakers look good. Test the idle. And we're still running at idle. Okay, let's go. Petit traffic in Julia Hotel, entering and lining up runway 1 will remain in the circuit. So for takeoff, all takeoffs are standard in a Taildragger. A little bit of flap, push the nose forward, and then lift off when the speed is there. In this aircraft it is 50 knots, and we're good to go. And we're airborne. Climb out in this aircraft is 65 knots. Okay, so we're airborne. What we'll do first, we'll do the wheel landing first. And basically, from what I've practiced before, a wheel landing is slightly more challenging than a 3-point landing, in that you're going to be working on the rudders quite a lot. You haven't got your tail wheel to steer you, so you're working on the rudders, and your rudder is basically what's steering you around. The good thing about the wheel landing is basically that you have a good forward visibility, so if you are working in unprepared strips and things like that, you'll be able to see what's in front of you while you're taxiing. However, with a wheel landing, the con of the wheel landing is that you need air flowing over the tail and flowing over the rudder in order to control the aircraft. As the air gets less and less and less, you need to put larger and larger inputs. Basically, you're losing more control. So there are pros and cons both to the wheel landing. So what we'll do, we'll show you the wheel landing first, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, and we want to approach pretty much at 65 knots and touch down at about 60. We come in a little bit faster with the wheel landing just so that tail can stay up. And we push the nose forward to stop the plane from flying. Here we are, new traffic, India Julia Hotel, final approach, runway 21, stop and go. Okay, so 65 knots on final. Then we want to cross the fence at about 60. And then just hold it off all the way down. Okay, flaps about 8 degrees, which is good. Got a flatter approach coming now. It's always good to practice both. Normally with a wheel landing, you're using it in a strong crosswind, so you've got enough energy that you don't stall or anything like that. But again, you've got to really work the rudders with a wheel landing. Alright, we're coming across over the fence here, 62 knots, that's good. There we are. And we'll land the rudder straight. Nose forward. Keep pushing the nose forward. As that runs out of energy, the tail's going to want to drop. And there it drops. Okay, so that's the stop and go. Push full brake here. Alright, and that was a wheel landing. So as you can see, I don't know if my cameras will get this, but you'll see the rudder is working quite a lot with the wheel landing. What we'll do now, we'll take off again, do a 3-point landing, show you how that attitude looks and how the rudders work on that one. But basically, the wheel landing is really good in crosswind or gusty conditions, so you carry a little bit more extra speed and you really ride the aircraft into the runway. Alright, take off again. Keep the nose straight. That's 40 knots. 45. And then 50 knots. And we're flying. Time out at 65. So now, with a 3-point landing. What is the benefit of a 3-point landing? So with a 3-point landing, basically you need your angle of attack quite high, which essentially means that the plane is going to be coming in quite a lot slower than you would on a wheel landing. And that's nice if you're on short strips that you need to land slow in order to stop the aircraft. And basically, with a 3-point landing, you're using the full wing mass to slow down the aircraft once you touch down as well. So the runway that you use up with a 3-pointer is definitely much less than you would on a wheel landing. I personally prefer a 3-point landing. However, the cons to a 3-point landing is your forward visibility is not nearly as good. You're waiting to feel the plane land on the ground rather than watching the plane land on the ground. And certain situations that's okay, like here where we've got more than enough runway and it's more than wide enough, there's no obstructions on the runway. That's good for a 3-pointer. But again, at forward visibility, you can't really see what's in front of you. Also with a 3-point landing, because you have got the tail on the ground, you have that wheel to be able to turn you as well. So you don't need as much rudder input. Also, you've got a lot of air flying over the tail, so you can control the aircraft much better because you've got the wheel to control you, and you've also got more air going over the elevator and the rudder. Also with a 3-pointer, you want more of a higher approach, and you've got to sort of float it down into the runway. And we want to approach here at 60 knots, perhaps even 55 knots, and touch down at 50. Keep that tail on the ground. Keep traffic in Julia Hotel, turning final approach, runway 21, stop and go. so I'm going to bring it back to 60 knots for full flap. Again, we want to land as slow as possible and at as high an angle of attack as possible. Okay, there's 60 knots, and we're just there to float in. So bring it 55 over the fence. And as we come into land, we'll flare. And all three wheels land at the same time. And we'll stop. Okay, work those rudders until we get to the end. And I believe that was a little bit shorter than our wheel landing. But again, there are situations for both. And use them wisely, you should be able to do both types of landing. And there we have it. That's your 3 points and wheel landings and the pros and cons of both. I prefer personally the 3 point landing. However, you guys might have differing reasons as to why you prefer the wheel landing. So comment down below and let me know what landing you prefer and why. And I'd love to read your comments. But thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Got no regret. Ain't nothing gonna wrong. It's just me following the line that the stars have drawn.